I'm Colin, and in this video, we're going to talk about 5 different styles of edge restraint for your paving stone system. One of the more commonly utilized edge restraint systems for pavers is going to be a plastic edging. More than likely, there is a plastic edging option available near you at a landscape yard or a big box store. This kind specifically that we like to utilize is SEK Surebond Snap Edge. It's made of 100% recycled plastic, and like all other forms of plastic edging, it's specifically designed to be able to run some 10-inch corrosive spikes in there that actually corrode and expand in your gravel. It's relatively simple to install. All you have to do is pull away your bedding material, place it directly on top of your gravel, and start hammering in your 10-inch spikes with a good-sized hammer. Other than that, all you'll need for tools is maybe a pair of snips to cut the snap edge to just different lengths for your specific project. The only time snap edge isn't the best option for your paving stone system is if you have an open graded base construction for a permeable paver application, or if you're utilizing a hybrid base construction. The reason why is because those stakes have nothing to adhere to in your gravel, they can actually move and lift for freeze-thaw cycles. On the other end as well, if you're installing this material on a very hot day, just make sure you cover it up as soon as possible because the plastic can expand when it gets really, really hot. One of the more traditional forms of edge restraint for paving stones is going to be a concrete trowel edge. The nice part about concrete trowel edge is that bagged concrete is available at virtually every building supply store, and the installation requirements are relatively simple. All you have to do is scrape away your bedding material and trowel this directly on top of your gravel. You want to create about a 45-degree angle and bring that concrete about halfway up your paver. When installed correctly, a concrete trowel edge can last a long time. The only downfall is it is susceptible to cracking through freeze-thaw cycles if your climate has that kind of thing going on. While troweled concrete edge restraint has been a traditional system for paving stones for a long time, nowadays we have a modified concrete system you could also think about. The difference between a modified concrete edge restraint versus traditional is it's going to have chemical air entrainments to make it more permeable, non-porous aggregates to be less susceptible to issues through freeze-thaw cycles, as well as fibers to make it all one piece in a nice tight system. The best perk on top of that, specifically for Perma-Edge, is that it's designed to be low profile and easy to hide. So it's only 4 inches wide and about 5/8 inch up from the bottom of the paver, about 33% of our material. We have a 6mm paver here, and that makes it very easy to hide and cover up with landscape materials. Just make sure that when you're installing this material that you pull away all of your bedding aggregates to put this material directly on top of your gravel. Another thing too is the mix design is already established. You're going to do 1 gallon of water per bucket, so there's no guesswork with using too much moisture or too much cement in your specific concrete mixture. On top of that, this is still a useful edge restraint system for open graded base construction, whether it's for permeable pavers or a hybrid base construction. The only drawback to a modified concrete edge restraint is it might not be readily available to you and it's cost effective as the other edge restraint options. One of the less common and more niche forms of edge restraint for pavers is going to be bond beam. The idea behind bond beam is you build a small curb underneath the edge of your paving stones. The perk of this is that the edge of your paving stones is fully visible and have lots more room for landscape material if you need it. The disadvantages to bond beam is it's much more labor intensive. You're gonna have to pull up your border stone, dig out a small trench, put it in your concrete, and then individually set all of those border stones back in with a mallet or a hammer. If you're doing any angles or curves in your project, you may be inclined to have a border stone at that point to be able to utilize this edge restraint because it makes it much more stronger to have a nice, full, solid piece on those ends. The best form of edge restraint for concrete pavers is going to be a poured curb. Now, this is very extensive, deep, and heavy and strong, so it's really only recommended for a vehicular driveway. Okay, so that's why we're here at Western Interlock. We have a curb, we have some vehicular pavers here, and this really helps prevent it from shifting as it is edge restraint. One thing to consider if you're thinking about a concrete curb for your driveway is it is very labor intensive and tool specific. So it can be done by yourself if you have the right equipment, but you may want to consider hiring a contractor if you want to utilize the best form of edge restraint for concrete pavers. So there you have it. We exampled 5 different styles of edge restraint for your concrete paver system that you can consider using. We know that there are more systems out there, but this will hopefully get you in the ballpark of outweighing the advantages or disadvantages of different styles. If you want to learn more about projects you can do by yourself with paving stones, retaining wall, check out our website, westerninterlock.com, where you can also download our free project planning guide before you leap into your next project.